This is KGW News at 5.
Hello, and thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Gordon. Here's a live look outside. We've had a slow start to the returning rain, but get ready for much more. So let's start with meteorologist Joe Ranieri in the Weather Center. Joe, what are we expecting?
Hey, we're expecting more rain moving through here. We're already starting to see evidence of that on the radar, and we're going to be seeing some of that light rain turn into some heavier rainfall really heading into the early morning hours on Sunday. So here's the next round of rain that we're starting to see. We basically saw a dry start to your Saturday, just some cool and cloudy conditions, a little bit of some drizzle here and there. Now we're starting to see some of that rain really move through. You'll notice the snowfall has basically stopped throughout the Oregon Cascades. Now, unfortunately for skiers and snowboarders who maybe got a jump on the season today up in the higher elevations, you are going to be seeing that snow right around 7,000 feet late tonight. So we'll put this into motion right around 8 o'clock tonight. Southwest Washington, you see those yellows and those oranges. Those are the heavier downpours that will be arriving. And with those heavy rainfall, there could be a little bit of some urban street flooding as well. Of course, we have that flood watch still in place throughout parts of Northwest Oregon. And heading into tomorrow morning, yellows and oranges moving in throughout parts of the central and southern part of the Willamette Valley. So it is going to be a very wet start to your Sunday morning, and we stay wet heading into the early part of the afternoon. We don't see any dry conditions, Tim, move in until late tomorrow night. So that's why that flood watch is in place until much of tomorrow throughout parts of Northwest Oregon. You can kind of see where that green color is, parts of Tillamook, where it's been absolutely a mess here over the last couple of days. You're still going to be seeing that flood watch in place. Throughout the metro area, no flood watch in place right now, but again, we still could be seeing some areas of urban street flooding heading into tomorrow because of the heavy rain. Right now, we're seeing a temperature of 42 degrees with some light rain, but again, that light rain turns into heavy downpours here in just the next couple of hours. I'll talk more about how much rain is in the forecast in just the next few minutes.
All right, Joe, we'll see you then. Thanks. And now to an update on a homicide investigation in Longview. Police now say a person of interest has been arrested for stabbing a man outside of a tire shop. Just after 7:15 Friday morning, officers were called to do a welfare check behind Superior Tire and Auto. That's on 14th and Tennant Way. When they got there, they found 48-year-old Brian Watley dead at the scene. Longview police say Watley was waiting in the parking lot to begin his work at the tire shop when he was stabbed. They later arrested Gilbert Platt. Police say the two men knew each other. Platt is being held in jail on murder and robbery charges. And in developing news, one person is dead following a crash in the Beaverton-Hillsboro area. Washington County Sheriff's deputies say the deadly crash happened at about 9 o'clock Friday night on Southwest River Road. The road between Southwest Farmington and Shoals Ferry was closed because of it, but reopened early this morning. No word on the cause of that crash. And tonight, we also know the name of a person killed in a crash involving a bus and a motorcycle in Tualatin late last month. The motorcyclist killed has been identified by the Washington County Sheriff's Office as 45-year-old William Hinshaw. This happened November 27th on Southwest 65th Avenue and Southwest Prosperity Park Road. The bus is affiliated with the West Lynn Wilsonville School District. The driver and two children were on the bus when it happened. None of them were hurt. No word on what led up to that crash. Well, it's a record-breaking drug bust in Multnomah County. A team of Sheriff's Office investigators seized more than 52 pounds of fentanyl powder along with 8,000 pills. Investigators say that is the equivalent of 11 million doses. Catherine Cook has details for us.
Inside this cardboard box, 52 pounds of powdered fentanyl. Investigators with the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office Dangerous Drugs Team seized it from a Portland home Thursday during a record-breaking drug bust. They also found 8,000 fentanyl pills at a home in Oregon City connected to the case. Investigators arrested 3 people. They also found $30,000 in cash and several guns. The bust came after a months-long investigation and support from the Oregon-Idaho High-Intensity Drug Trafficking Program, or HIDTA for short.
It's a big problem, and it's just getting bigger and bigger all the time.
Chris Gibson is the executive director of HIDTA. He says the amount of fentanyl pills investigators have seized this year is nearly the same as they confiscated last year. He says what's different and disturbing about this case is the drugs in powder form. He says the 52 pounds of fentanyl powder is the equivalent of 11 million doses. All of it, investigators say, was headed for Portland streets.
I think that drug trafficking organizations have established a consumer base here so that, rather than seeking out Oxycontin pills or other counterfeit pills and hiding fentanyl in those, now people are actually asking for fentanyl and seeking it out.
Catherine Cook reporting there. And now switching gears to a big event in college football. The coveted Heisman Trophy ceremony is happening right now. U of O quarterback Bo Nix, of course, is one of the 4 finalists in tonight's ceremony. Nix led the Ducks all the way to the Pac-12 championship game. The last time a Duck was a finalist was back in 2014 when quarterback Marcus Mariota took home the trophy. Nix is up against LSU quarterback Jaden Daniels, Washington quarterback Michael Penix Jr., and Ohio State wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. We're going to have much more on the winner and the ceremony at 11 tonight.